Hello everyone, this is MMA Interesting Prospects podcast. Today our guest is Diallo Braithwaite, one of the best amateur fighters in US and also a free division champion in Cagezilla. Hello Diallo, how are you?
I'm doing good.
Diallo, it's actually quite rare thing either in amateur MMA or pro MMA to be a free division champion in one promotion. So if you can tell me what did you feel after winning the third belt?
Um, so I don't know if you saw it or not. So we did the whole fight. I didn't manage to finish him within the time, and they ended up going to the cards, and they started talking, and then it seemed like they were going to choose him, and then they held my hand up, and finally hit, had all three belts, felt amazing, achieved the goal, so felt great.
And was it a plan to fight for few division when you begin your MMA career?
No, the goal was to go take 45, and then I knew I was gonna fight at 35 going pro, so I figured I'd go and try and take 35. And then I figured I already have the two, maybe they'll let me take another one, so I went for it.
And in your opinion, what is the best weight class for you to fight?
Um, if I'm being honest, I would say 45 just because I don't have to be as strict about the diet. 35, I gotta be pretty strict about it. There really isn't any like room to not eat something that I shouldn't be. So
But probably it's it's a good thing to have that you know that you can fight for like featherweight division or lightweight division, because it means that you are able to take like short notice opportunity, like fights in like bigger organizations. So I think that when you are not cutting a lot of weight and you know that you have experience in a like lightweight, let's say, it's like you can take this fight probably with not cutting much of the weight.
definitely, my normal walk around is typically I'm typically able to get to 45 without issue. So doing 55 was just right at my weight. And it wasn't an issue at all. So
And the question now is, what's next for you? Would it be a welterweight title in Cagezilla, or maybe going pro, or do you have like something in mind that you would like to achieve?
the goal is definitely to go pro. I was looking to possibly do July. Um, but I got injured at a jiu-jitsu competition, so everything seems good. So it seems like we're still aiming for July. Uh, but at the moment, no, nothing confirmed. But that's the goal.
And can you share what organization it will be, or there are not contracts signed, not signed yet?
Nothing signed. So the things we've been looking at, CFFC, and then the Anthony Pettis card in Richmond in July. Was one that I was looking to get on. Cedric might be on that one as well, so if we can both get on it,
So,
would
so,
be nice.
so actually, very big promotions. Both are shown on UFC Fight Pass. So I think that it will be something big.
Definitely.
And when you thought earlier about this year, how many fights would you did you want to have in 2024?
I'm looking for at least two. Is the goal. I would like to get two, possibly three. Uh, so far I've taken rarely any damage in all of my fights, so if I can continue doing that, doing three fights won't be an issue. But I also have jujitsu on the other end as well. So
As I saw on your Instagram, you are like super busy with grappling competition. You are starting like all the time.
definitely, I'll be competing June 1st and possibly June 8th as well in jiu-jitsu.
And what do you prefer, MMA or jiu-jitsu? Only talking about like sport aspect, not a financial one.
Jiu-jitsu. Um, I just find it more interesting. Little less worried about damage taken. So
And also, I saw that you competed in like combat jiu-jitsu bout. So the jiu-jitsu with open-handed strikes. And do you like this format?
definitely best thing ever. Makes it really bridges that gap between MMA and jiu-jitsu because they can't just do, very just dumb jiu-jitsu positions that I would just hit you from. But at the same time, we're not throwing elbows, we're not throwing kicks. So it I feel like it's a great format and everyone should do it at least once. But I would love to do it again.
Even from the fans' perspective, I think that it's like something between the BJJ and MMA, and this is a really exciting format because of the like threat of being hit. Maybe it's not the like punches or kicks, but still the like slaps can be like mm, sometimes a dangerous thing.
Definitely. I ended up splitting my opponent with just open palm slaps. So definitely can still get cut.
And of course, the biggest organization with this kind of rule set is EBI. So maybe this year or next year, when it will be like featherweight or lightweight tournament, we can see you also in this tournament.
Definitely. I still trying to get a shot on there for sure, but I would love to get on to a combat jiu-jitsu card.
And was Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu the first combat sport that you ever train?
No, I did karate. Um and did that for a while, and then I did normal sports throughout school, and then I started doing jiu-jitsu, and then it went to MMA, and just been doing that since.
And did you have like in when you train karate, do you know that this, because it was a first combat sport, that you know that you want to go this path, the combat sport path?
No, not in particular. I was just a fan of competing, and I was at that in between point because I just graduated school, and then I was going to just community college, so they didn't have any sports or anything, and I wanted to do something. So seeing the UFC looked interesting. Went in, was like, I want to fight. Coach was like, whoa, calm down. We want most of our fighters to have at least a blue belt, but jujitsu, you can compete in jujitsu right now. So, I was like, all right, I'll go do jujitsu first, get my blue belt, and then start trying to do MMA.
I think that it can be good route to have some experience in like different sport, and then go to MMA.
For sure.
And if you can tell me more about the gym that you are training in, what is the name of the gym, and who are your main sparring partners?
The gym is the Lab MMA, Fredericksburg, Virginia. Um, my main training partners, any of the guys are there when Cedric's in. I spar I spar a lot with kids and teenagers. Um, if that I don't know if that seems particularly weird, but they're typically ones I spar with a lot. That or girls. Um, just to work a lot of my movement. I don't typically spar hard very much. I will here and there, with some of the guys who look to also fight and who have fought. So
And the I think that the main face of the gym is Cedric Gunnison, who is like one of the best lightweights outside of the UFC, of like the bigger promotions, and probably also the future UFC fighter. And how good is to train with him, to like try to pick his brain.
it's a huge help. Especially considering when I started, he was already fighting, and I'd focus more on jiu-jitsu, and to get to a point where, okay, like I've met him and passed him jiu-jitsu wise, because that's just what I focus more, where striking wise he still has the advantage. So now it's okay, well, I'm doing this during my stand up, and he'll come over and he'll be like, well, this and this, to help me. And then jiu-jitsu wise, it's like, okay, well, this is what I would recommend, to also not eat the strikes from the bottom position. So it's definitely a great duality, to have someone who's so good at striking to be there and help.
And do you see any maybe like training partners or sparring partners that also can have a like great future that Cedric has, and probably you will have also as the pro MMA fighter?
Can you repeat that again?
Yes. Do you see in any of your training partners like potential to be like also a very high level MMA fighter?
Definitely. We have one. His name is Sui. He just recently fought on the last Cagezilla, and went out there, followed the game plan perfectly. Um, you know, he we just wanted him to go out there, keep it standing. We weren't worried about his groundwork. Um, but he went out there, ended the match in minute 30, first round. So he will definitely make it for sure.
So the guy to keep an eye on. Maybe in few years he also will be the maybe few division champion.
Oh, for sure. We're already thinking about it. I told him, I was like, you could probably take. He fought at 55 is what he fought at. He almost definitely make 45. So I don't know. I was like, 170 is an option for you, he's big enough. So
And when you are thinking about your future, about your career, uh, in like 3 years, where would you like to be, and what record would you like to have in like 3 years?
um I would preferably like to go to one championship, just because they obviously offer grappling. And that way I can, grapple at such a high level, in the cage, and then I can also do fights all under the same promotion. Just sounds really nice to me. Uh, Obviously I wouldn't turn down an opportunity from the UFC. Uh, but definitely looking for one of those in terms of MMA. Um, Record wise, obviously I would like to stay undefeated, and I'm one to push it. So I mean, I'd probably try and go take more than one belt and more than one weight division. Um,
It's quite interesting thing that you said that you would like to go to one, but of course because you are a very good grappler, it's like very good option for you, because like the grappling there is also on the like super high level. The guys there are like the like toughest level possible.
yes, definitely. I would love the chance to go and grapple under them. So,
Maybe also the competing for another belt.
oh, for sure. I don't know what. belts they have for grappling. I know Mikey Muchimechi has one. I would love to face him. Any of the other ones I know, I forget the brother's name, but
Rutolo.
yes, yeah, but they're definitely a good chunk bigger than me. So it'd definitely be an opportunity and a goal I would look to go for.
And competing in MMA fight, do you prefer to fight against the strikers that you know that you can take them down and like beat them up or submit them, or would you prefer to fight against also a grappler just to see where your grappling is as far as the MMA?
Um, I'm not really worried about either. I feel good in both aspects. I train both of them individually. So I rarely do any takedowns with my striking. Most of the time all my striking is just straight stand up. And then when I'm grappling, I'm just grappling. I don't really mix the two all that much. Because I am more so into the mindset like just be good at both and then utilize whatever you need to utilize in the moment. So, uh, striker, grappler, I think either are fine. I think most grapplers aren't good enough at their striking, and I don't think most strikers are good enough at their grappling. And I'm trying to be better at my striking. Like most of my camps, I just strike. There is no grappling. I'm not focusing on my groundwork or any of that, because obvious reasons I don't need to. So
And of course, you will fight the striker, the grappler, the wrestler, everybody when you will be 10 or 15 fights in your career. It's not possible to fight only one style.
definitely.
And as far as the you as being a fan of the sport of MMA, do you have a fighter that you really like to watch? Is like your a favorite fighter?
No, not particularly. Uh, I don't really watch too many sports. As many as I might do, I don't really watch a lot of sports at all. Every once in a while, I'll get together with the guys and I'll watch the fights, but most of the time I don't watch them.
So not even the biggest shows like the UFC 300. You are not really like the guy who is on the Saturday night watching watching the UFC.
No, no, not really. Most of the time, every like I said, every once in a while when there's some of the bigger ones on, like I definitely watch 300. Some of the other ones, but most of the time I definitely don't know who's fighting. They're normally telling me. So
And before your fights, do you have some maybe additional stress or nerves because because that you know that you will be fighting against another like trained MMA fighter?
no, normally they come in the back room and they laugh at me because I'm typically over there in the corner asleep. Uh I'm not really paying any attention to what's going on, and then they'll typically wake me up whenever it's about time I need to start warming up. But no, normally I'm out. I'm asleep. I don't I'm not bouncing around. I'm not doing anything. I'm just asleep until I gotta go.
And
So,
you don't have any problem that you are that you woke that you just wake up and you have to go to the cage. You don't have this problem.
no, I feel good. Most of the time I feel better if I do sleep. Um, versus if I sit there and I stay awake the whole time. Like first time fighting, I slept some, but I was fairly early on the card versus my next three fights. I was the last two. It's pretty much the last fight for all three of them. So, it's nice to be like that main event fight, but it takes so long to get to. I just want to get that first fight position. I want to be done so I can just sit and watch the rest. But it is what it is. I normally just go to sleep, pass the time, and then wake up, go out there, get it done.
Yes, when you go to the sleep, of course you don't have any stress.
No,
Uh,
not at all.
And outside of fighting, do you have do you how do you like to spend your free time? Do you have any like hobbies that maybe a passion?
Um, I definitely have a lot of hobbies. I've been making jelly. Uh, I've been making beef jerky. I've got a garden, got kayaks to go fishing, shooting. Uh, I definitely love teaching the kids. Um, yeah, definitely. I do a few different things.
So the few things are like outdoor things, like shooting.
Oh, definitely. Most of them are outdoors. I'll play games here and there, uh, but not too much anymore. I don't normally have a ton of time.
Okay, Diallo. So many thanks for the conversation. I hope that we can see you in the cage soon, and your professional career will be as good as your amateur career.
Thank you. That's the goal. Goal is to look to go do my first pro fight and then possibly go take a belt and then go take two more.